Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. All things considered, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A. This is the set. And as you can see down below by tonight's ticker, tonight we have singer and actress Jeannie Sol. Wednesdays have been relegated to paying tribute to people of Sunset Park that have gone on in life to pursue their passions, no matter what it may be. And tonight our special guest is Miss Jeannie Sol. We're going to talk about her journey, her triumphs, her ambition, her goals, and all the things that she's gone through in probably about the 25 plus years that she's been in this industry and pursuing her dream above all else. So I hope that tonight you can get to know Miss Sol, connect with her, and hopefully also relate to some of the stories that we're probably going to exchange about regarding the neighborhood. And I hope everybody just has fun. So with that said, let's start the show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the set. I'm your host, Mr. A. Tonight we have a very special guest. As you always know, we bring real people and interesting subject matter to the show. And tonight is no different. Once again, we continue on with the tribute to our neighborhood. And the moniker of the show is The Set. And we're paying tribute to another Sunset Park legend, if you would. So tonight we're going to speak to Miss Sol. And I hope everybody has some good memories, a few laughs, and can really understand this woman's struggle in this business that she has been in for a very, very long time. So I hope you all find this very interesting and entertaining at the same time. But let's start off with a few items as we always do here at the show. I'm going to share something with everybody. So let's see where we're going to start. So last night, I sent an open invitation to everybody following the show to speak about just basically, I quoted it the election, but just to get an understanding of how everybody was feeling, things that they were seeing, their opinions, their positions and perspectives about what was going on. There were supposed to be at least 2 or 3 people from the opposite side of the spectrum. I guess they didn't feel too confident speaking outside of their bubble, so they reneged on the offer that was on the table. But yesterday I had Mr. Net Chavis and Mr. Tylon Eusebia Washington. Ms. Chavis is a community activist against police brutality. She has a movement working against NYCHA, and she's on the ground working hard every day for the people. And I just wanted to thank her, and I wanted everybody at the set to understand the work that this woman does. She doesn't just talk about it, she is about it. And I just wanted to thank her. And she brought on Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington is an independent filmmaker, and he also has a radio show called GoPro Radio. He is an interesting person, to say the least. He spoke he brought a lot of incredible topics and subject matter to the show yesterday, and I just wanted to thank them both for making an appearance on the show. So Mr. Washington and Ms. Chavis, thank you for coming on yesterday. Also, in the next week, we have some more interesting guests that are going to be coming on, and I just wanted to share these before we bring Ms. Sol on. This Sunday at 7:30, James Squatch Joyce, rapper, entertainer. We're going to have him on the show. I just wanted to play you a little snippet of one of his songs called Dapper Scumbags. Super creative, super entertaining. I really like this guy and his character. I think you all are going to find this interesting, so just make sure you tune in for this one. I think it's going to be a good one. So
Wake up, wipe the crust from both eyes. Joyce is making noises like old guys. Downstairs, feel the warmth of the stove rise. Lady prep for breakfast, I'm making home fries.
So yeah, Mr. James Squash Joyce will be with us this Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Make sure you watch it. It's going to be a good one. This guy is not only is he an amazing entertainer, rapper, artist, but his character, I think everybody's going to get a real kick out of speaking to him. And what's the his point of view and perspective when it comes to his lyrical content and things of that matter. And the following Sunday, November 15th, we're going to have a discussion regarding cannabis. And my two guests will be Chef Swan, host of High End Cooking, and a Mr. Marcus Alfinez, who works in the corporate sector of cannabis. So I want to share with you Chef Swan's show. It's on hiatus right now, but it will be returning. He's dealing with other projects, but I just wanted to share you a quick snippet.
High End Cooking. Welcome to High End Cooking, the show dedicated to bringing you the best of infused edibles and creative cannabis cuisines, teaching you the easy-to-follow recipes that will expand your mind and your taste buds. I am your host, the Ganja Gourmet Guru, Chef Swan.
So, in today's day and age, everybody, cannabis is accessible, and it's not only used for medicine and healing and things of that nature, but it's also used to consume as a food. So Chef Swan is going to be bringing all that to the table, and I'm really excited about that because I'm sure the audience will really appreciate being able to, find recipes and understand what it is when it comes to cooking cannabis. And the other guest that will be there January 15th at 7:30 p.m., Mr. Mark Alfinez, I want to share with you, just so you become familiarized with who he is, very briefly. So here we go.
He grew up a military brat, born in New York, and then he himself served an impressive 20 years in the Army. That included Operation Enduring Iraqi Freedom, where he did communications, IT automations, logistics, and recruiting. 10 months ago, he was the delivery driver at Certera Wellness Medical Marijuana Dispensary. Now, the assistant manager of our Bayou Boulevard store and opening another store. So Army veteran, bud tender, which is sidebar, my favorite title ever. Spaghetti and meatballs epicure. Marcus Alfinez.
Yeah, thank you. The spaghetti and meatballs we'll get into a little later. It's quite interesting, actually.
Oh, really? We can get into it now?
Oh, okay.
So just a quick snippet. That's Mark Alfinez, retired Army veteran. So he will be joining Chef Swan, myself, on the show Sunday, November 15th at 7:30 p.m. To talk about cannabis. And I hope everybody can make it out. That's going to be a great show. So, without further ado, we are going to be bringing on our guest tonight, the incomparable Miss Jeannie Sol. I hope I've made her comfortable. I don't want to get into too many accolades about her work. What I'm going to do, of course, is just share a quick snippet because I want everybody to see her sing or hear her sing of her, and then we're going to bring her right in.
Oye, mira que por ahí vienen los anormales. ¿Están bien? Vámonos aquí. Oiga mi gente, lo más grande de este mundo siempre han hecho sentir un orgullo profundo. Sí.
There you go, people. That's Jeannie. And without further ado, Sunset Park, everybody in the audience that's watching, the set welcomes Miss Jeannie Sol. Jeannie, how are you doing tonight?
Ay, oiga mi gente,
Lo más grande de este mundo siempre me hacen sentir. That's right, mi gente.
Yo, you see,
Central Park.
this is exactly why, from a young man that I was, up until my late teens and early 20s, Jeannie's spirit has been very infectious in the neighborhood. She's somebody that you just get around and you just feel good. You know, she brings a lot of love and a lot of positive energy, and that's why I've always had great admiration for her. And I'm very appreciative of you giving your time to the set. You know, this is all about our old neighborhood and recognizing those that went on to pursue their passions. We definitely want to, you know, bring your story to the table and hopefully drum up a lot of good memories, you know, a lot of good times. So let's start from the beginning. Let's start from well, before we start, there's a lot of people that are giving you a lot of shouts in the chat. I'm just going to flash a few of them up on the screen just so that they know, you know, we see you. We're glad that everybody can make it. Everybody, please get ready because I think Miss Jeannie is really going to be bringing so much to the show and bearing her soul, basically, and telling her story. And it's a great story. So I hope everybody's ready. So, yeah, let's start. So, Jeannie, let's start at the beginning. What was your block in Sunset Park, or what area were you living in when this whole interest and desire of singing struck you?
Well, first of all, you know, I was born and raised on 61st and 3rd.
Wow.
You know, that's right under the highway. It felt like West Side Story sometimes.
Yes,
you know?
back then.
Yeah, back then it was like West Side Story.
Yes, it was.
And then, you know, 2 blocks up was Vietnam.
Yes,
You know, we called 60, we called your block Vietnam, 60 between 4th and 5th. You know, yeah, man. So 61st and 3rd.
How long
You know,
were you there
when I was
for?
growing up, there was still a lot of Italianos.
Yes.
You know, there was still a lot of Italianos. You know, but you know, I mean, you know, we you know, we may do.
Right.
You know, we may do, and you know, they started moving out, and you know, more Spanish people started moving in. You know, but the grocery store, the 2 grocery stores, you know, where mommy used to send me all the time. You know, it was scary. It was scary. It was scary. But then the loan sharks on 60th and 3rd. Yo, that was fun. That was fun.
Do you remember how the buildings? So you come from a time where you could remember how 314 was a school, was an all red school at one point, and then they started. It was 140, and we used to get free lunch there in the summertime.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and then
and
they
I
started.
ate 3 times too. They would hook me up. They hooked me up. Yeah, man.
That school kept us. Yeah, that school really kept us through those summers. You know, those were like staples for us. You know, everybody would go there and eat free lunch, and then afterwards hit the streets and be playing and whatever. You know, that was a great time, a really great time.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't all bad.
No, not at all.
You know,
not at all.
It wasn't all bad. I learned a lot. You know,
you went to 140?
Yeah, I went to 140, man.
Wow.
Yeah, all up to the 6th grade.
Wow.
I had, you know, I had a rough. It was rough childhood for me.
Right.
You know, it was a rough childhood. It was rough. You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, this is I promised myself that if I was gonna do this podcast, especially coming from Sunset, especially talking about my life, because I have students that are also probably on already. Because I'm a coach, I'm a singing coach, also singing acting coach, and I wanted them to see this because I promised myself I'm gonna speak the truth.
Yes, please.
You know, because a lot of people are so afraid of talking about their real life, you know, of really what really went on. what really
Right.
made them the person they are today.
Right.
And when I started coaching, a lot of my students, what they respected was that I didn't tell them, I didn't give them the lie, oh, well, I went to this school. Man, I had no school, okay? I had to struggle. I was bullied. I used to get beat up almost every other day, because, I was a big girl. I didn't look like everybody else. I didn't dress like everybody else. I didn't have the money. Well, that's a lie. My mom did have the money, but she was spending it on other things, pero
Right.
que en paz descanse,
For sure.
me and her healed from that. But I was adopted, me and my brother. Um I was adopted at 2 years old. I had two step parents that um they tried,
Right. Right.
but I always say when you don't know how to love your own self, you can't love nobody else. And my mother had big dreams, and her dreams were, she wanted to be a singer too.
Really.
Yeah, she wanted to be a singer too. And when I used to, go into my room and sing, I'm fidgeting. I'm sorry, I'm just a little nervous.
No. No. No.
I'm detoxing right now. I used to
Okay.
lock myself up in the room, and sing and act and make believe I was on stage. And she would say, "Cállate! Ah, you sound horrible. You're never gonna be a singer. Shut up!" And I used to be like, "Oh man," knocking my dreams, man, knocking my dreams. But uh, that was how I used to hide from the world. I didn't have many friends because, like I said, I didn't look like everybody's. I didn't have the Jordache jeans and the Sergio Valente, And besides that, I couldn't fit into them. But you know what? I was willing to buy two of them and sew them together. Okay, I was willing. I was willing. I was down for that. And but man, damn,
That's what
it was
made
rough.
you. That's
It
what.
was
See,
rough.
people. If you're just joining the show, I'm your host, Mr. A. This is the set. We're we're with our guest, the esteemed Miss Jeannie Sol, and she was just speaking to the earlier parts of her childhood. And she alluded to one point where she said, she couldn't brag about a school where she was trained in. And what I'd like to add to that is the school that she went to, that she was trained in, was our neighborhood.
Yeah.
She went through things in the neighborhood and at home that shaped her person and her character. And people who grow from the grit and from not having usually become conquerors. And their motivation and ambition is something that, sometimes you just can't stop it. And it also speaks to her character because, again, like I said earlier, Jeannie's energy has always been positive. So when you saw her, it was a smile. It was loud because that's just Puerto Ricans. We Boricuas, that's how we do, right?
Yeah, man.
But it was always a beautiful vibe. You never felt, with Jeannie. So, and I know this because I'm younger than her, and she watched me grow up. She used to be taller than me at one point, but that's another thing.
Yeah.
So you're coming up, you're a young lady, and I understand that part of you, that story of not fitting in and not having, because where we come from, even though we were surrounded by people who didn't have, that was still a point for people to sort of pick on you.
Oh yeah.
And play on that. So you're in this surrounding. Let's say you at what point, like, did you reach junior high school before you started to come out of your shell a little bit, to be become more brave and step on the stage? Like, at what point did that fear, insecurity leave?
I'm just gonna go back. I know one of my teachers is on, Miss Sandas, my fifth grade teacher.
Wow.
Which I have to thank every single day. I thank her every day when I'm writing, when I'm on stage. You know, she encouraged me, and she knew the abuse and everything that I went through as a
Right.
kid.
Right.
You know, she was the one that I told when I got raped.
Mm.
You know, when I was raped and when I was sexually abused. Damn, I'm saying that out loud. Um,
Wow.
she was the only teacher that I told,
Right.
and she visited my home one time by surprise,
Hmm.
and mommy was screaming. She heard mommy screaming at me for nothing because she wanted the kitchen cleaned up a certain way, and kind of surprised my mom.
Mm.
And she said, "Oh, I just came to bring her her homework. She forgot, you know." And I'll never forget that day because she looked at me and she said, "I need for you to believe this. You will make it one day.
Mm.
Don't stop writing. Don't stop singing. You're going to make it. Believe and have faith," she said. And then, of course, I graduated. I went to sixth grade, but she always checked up on me.
Hmm.
And then, after the years, we lost contact, but um, she came to see one of my shows at Teatro Sea, which we'll get into that a little later.
Okay.
She didn't know I was in the show.
She didn't. Just
Nah,
random show up.
random show. Two of the other teachers said, "Oh, we gotta go see the show at Teatro Sea. It's called La Gloria. This girl's is gonna do Mita Silva, and they say she's the shit or whatever." And oh, by the way, I could curse, right?
Say whatever you want, mommy.
I'm a sailor.
There you go.
I'm like a sailor.
My wife is a sailor.
Hey, hey.
What? Shout out to the Geminis.
Yeah. So, after the show, where we had a little dancing at the end, I can't wait till that show goes back up anyway. She comes towards me and I
Recognize her.
I said, "Yo, like, that looks like Miss Sandra." And she was just crying and I cried and we hugged and she says, "I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it that you were going to make it. I knew it." And
Let me jump in. Let me jump in right there, because that's a very pivotal moment. Coming through the struggle. Look at these people want to call me now while I'm talking to you. Coming through that struggle and that upbringing, and reaching that point. I don't know how many years it had been, but receiving that confirmation, right, from this person that early on told you to believe in yourself, probably one of the only ones, and knowing what you were going through and dealing with as a young woman, to reaching this point where you were a woman at that time, right?
Yeah.
Did that solidify anything within your person and your soul when she showed up at the show and told you that?
I didn't know she was still praying for me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I didn't even know she was still praying for me.
Wow.
There's a few people that have impacted my life, and she's been like the most that's impacted my life.
Right.
And I always thought about her, and I said one day she'll see me. I said, like, I was still like that little kid. Oh,
Yeah.
I hope Miss Sandra sees me on stage. I hope she sees me on stage, and she did.
Right.
And we're in contact. We talk once in a while, and
Todavía está vivo.
she's still alive and kicking, honey, with her little dog.
God bless her. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And she still sends me notes of encouragement, and she's just so proud. Oh, shout out to the teachers.
Listen,
shout out to the real teachers.
Yeah, we just did a second segment on educators. And you know what? People do not give them the deserved accolades. They just don't, because there are still teachers that really, really care about their children. Yeah. So yeah, salute to the teachers that are out there doing what they do. Underpaid. Resources are super underpaid, right? Sure. And still trying to do something good for our children. So now let me ask you a question. You, man, this got deep real quick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
No, Jeannie, you know what? I appreciate this. You want to know why? Because this platform is specifically for that. I really want real people to come on and tell their story, show who they are. And you're the first person I think that has delivered such a genuine, authentic, organic moment. And this
is that I have to. I can't be fake. I've never ever been fake. Never, ever in my life. And I'm not gonna start now at 52. Hello, 52.
Go ahead, sister.
Sure.
All right,
baby.
So I could recall as a teenager, I'm going to say I'm like 15, 16 years old. During that time, you were in the neighborhood and you were starting to make way for yourself, right?
Yeah.
House music and freestyle was like the thing. And I could recall you at least one or two times telling me about things that you were working on, or you were working for people doing background vocals and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. How did that all start for you? Like, what was the moment that somebody opened the door, or somebody heard you and said, "Hey, I want to bring you on here to sing on this track"?
Well, at that time, I met this. I'm gonna try and say this name the right way, because every time I think about it, I'm detoxing. I'm detoxing. Listen, I'm still learning.
Work in progress.
Man, let me tell you, Tony Garcia, from High Power Records, and his wife.
Okay.
And just to go a little bit back, mommy threw me out at 15, 16 years old.
Wow.
So I lived in the street for a while. So I know what it is to eat out of a garbage can. I know what it is to sleep on a bench. I know what it is not to have a coat. I know what it is to be cold. And my cousin Max, God bless him wherever he is, he said, "Nah, you're gonna come live with me, whatever." And I was sleeping in the salt mines by the pier.
Wow.
Yeah, and they told him, they said, "Yo, your cousin, I know that's your cousin." And he came, he got me, and he brought me to his house and whatever. So, not long story short, because, we're talking. We used to go to this club called the Underground.
Oh, 14th Street.
The Underground, baby. The Underground, baby.
14th Street.
Man, I miss it so much.
Wait. For those that don't know, and those that are catching flashbacks, the Underground, if my memory serves me correct, was on 14th Street. And then it would convert to Union Square, which was the hip hop club. Yeah. And both those clubs were just legendary when it comes to music and that specific moment in time in the 80s. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So the Underground, that was our spot.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if they were open Monday, Tuesday, that's where we would go. But I did a contest.
Okay.
I did a contest, and it was for $800. Listen, $800 for a 17-year-old.
Oof.
I said, "I'm rich, baby. I'm rich, bitch." And it was funny because, even my cousin, he didn't have much money or whatever. And I was like, "Oh my God, how am I going to dress, man? I ain't got shit, bro. What am I going to do?" And my friend Raymond and Will Torres, God bless you, rest in peace. He made me this beautiful outfit, so I did the singing contest, and they had the judges or whatever, but I had no tracks.
Wow.
I had no instrumentals.
Really?
I had no instrumental, bro. I was like, "Oh my God." And here comes this right? With these hot ass, she had these hot ass tracks, right?
Uh-huh.
And shout out to the UG Posse. I know some of you are on.
Yeah,
my UG Posse, that's my family. UG Posse, that's my family. That's my family, my family.
Said, there you go.
My family. And so I was like, "Oh my God, how am I gonna do this?" And she was bad though. Okay. She was bad. Like she man, she could sing, and it was between me and her. It was between me and her. And I said, "Okay, And at that, so I had no instrumental. So the announcer, I forgot the announcer's name. Let's call him Bob.
Okay.
He
Wow.
said, okay, so you're gonna sing, and he goes, I said, yeah, and he's like, the real shady. He was like, but you ain't got no instrumental. So my UG posse was like, she don't need no music, So I had to
Wow.
pick a song from the
Okay.
bowl. I
Okay.
said, man, I was an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Couldn't mess with me.
Yeah.
So the first song was "Saving All My Love,"
Oh,
cause I'm
shit.
saving all my love
Wow.
for you,
Shit.
child. Let me tell you, the crowd went up. Boom. Then they wanted to make it a tie, right? So I was like, oh my god. So the other girl said, well, I could do that too. Whatever. So she started singing a cappella. She was like kind of off key and pitchy. I was like,
You want to
oh,
do that now?
so you cannot sing without music.
Ah, she was covering her
I
shit.
come from the old school.
Yeah.
You had to learn how to sing a cappella
That's
first
right. That's
before
right.
you do music. Especially that I didn't have no education in music.
Yeah.
Your ear had to be perfection
Yeah.
in order for you to carry a tune.
That's right.
So man, we did Dream Girls.
Oh,
You know?
Jesus.
Man, they let her pick the song. She goes, well, she thought that I was like this little white girl, honey. She goes, we're gonna sing, and I am telling you.
She picked that song
Mm-hmm.
with her pitchy self, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, wow.
Baby, let me tell you something. I remember it as clear as day. I held that note like for a minute and 20 something seconds. She couldn't even hold it for 20.
Whoa, you're playing on
And
her weakness.
listen, let me tell you, don't play with me. And she was dressed, man. She had this beautiful gown on, and she was all of that. And here comes this little girl, Puerto Rican girl from Sunset Park. I ate her.
People, if you're just joining the show, I'm your host, Mr. A. This is the set. Tonight we're speaking with the wonderful, magical Miss Jeannie Sol, speaking to her early start at the Tunnel, 14th Street, New York City.
Underground.
Yeah, I said the Tunnel. Something wrong. I'm getting
The tunnel was after.
Yeah, that was the West Side. At the Underground, that was a huge club in New York City where almost everybody and their mother went to.
Yeah.
So Jeannie, you blow this girl out of the water. Evidently,
Blow
you
her
won,
out.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So was it at this contest that somebody discovered you?
Yeah, this is where Tony Garcia and his wife was, High Power Records.
Okay.
And they came up to me, like, we wanna hook up with you, blah 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 blah.
Comiendo cerebro.
Oh yeah. And they said, and I'ma say it.
Yeah.
High Power Records, thieves. They were thieves.
They are.
They played on kids that had big dreams. They would steal their music. Take Me in Your Arms. I wrote that.
No, that's a big fucking club song.
I wrote that, and I have proof.
Wow.
What he did was he took the song and he rearranged the lyrics so it wouldn't sound exactly like mine,
right,
and whatever. Because I was singing it. I was singing it in the bathroom. Take me in your arms. Just singing that hook.
Right.
Oh, did you write that? Oh, I say, yeah. Listen, I'm 17, dummy. Oh, I'm going to make you a star. Yeah, okay. I did the demo. Then, I did a few shows. They made me believe, they brought me stuff. They would put money in my pocket, you know. So 6 months after that, they started calling me. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Then I waited like 2 weeks. I went to their house. They wouldn't open their door, nothing. And then life happens.
Right.
I said, let me let this go because I had to. I worked at Unique's on 8th Street in Broadway.
Shout out to Uniques and everybody that remembers that.
Yeah, man. And life had to go on. 8 months later, we started hearing the song on the radio.
Wow. How did that feel at that moment when you first heard it?
I was with my cousin, with a few other people, and we were in shock.
Wow.
Like I think I couldn't move. Like for 15 minutes, I couldn't move. We went to their house. We called them. Nothing. Then I found out he had an office. I went to his office. Baby.
They were there?
I come from Brooklyn, baby. Sunset. And when I tell you I'm gonna give you a Sunset Park beatdown, I'm gonna give it to you. I banged on that door. And he was in there.
Like the police.
Like the po-po, baby. He opens the door. He says,
Palma.
Jeannie, what's going on? I said, yo, you thiefed me, bro. You thiefed me, bro. And I was by myself.
Really?
I didn't care. I was gonna beat him and whoever the hell was in there.
Wow.
But then I started crying because, like, I broke down. I said, I told him, how can you do this to anyone?
Yeah.
To anybody.
Yep.
And I said, I told him, but don't worry, because I believe in God. And he my friend. And he gonna get you one day. Trust me. I can't do nothing right now. But my homeboy God, he gonna get you. Trust. I left.
Did he get struck by lightning or what?
Baby, let me tell you something. 2 years ago, I saw him. And besides that, he looked a hot mess.
Okay.
He became a preacher.
No.
He lost everything.
He lost everything.
Everything. His wife, his kids, everything.
Yeah.
And he comes up to me. And that was when La Gloria was up. Although I was on subways, the posters all over the place. And he says, Jeannie. I looked at him. I didn't recognize him.
Right.
I was like, who the hell's this? I said, hey, how are you? He goes, it's me, Tony.
The tiger?
Yeah. I looked at him and I said, I was in shock.
Right.
And I was like, but you know what I did?
Gave him $1?
I took his hand. Nah. Let me tell you, sometimes bad things make people do bad things.
Right.
But I'm a spiritualist.
Okay.
And that past, I buried that.
Right.
I took his hand and I said, God bless you. And he said, listen, I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry of everything. And I said, I forgive you.
That's right.
I said, keep it pushing, bro. Because I am.
That's right.
What you did to me just made me stronger. And I thank God that I was able to get out of that. I don't hate you. Right. I don't hate you. God bless you. And I keep it pushing.
What people don't understand about what you're saying right now, Jeannie, is that, and these are lessons that we learn later on in life when we grow and we mature, is that you forgive people not for them, you do it for yourself. Because when you can't forgive somebody, you're walking around with an anchor around your neck, right? And it's holding you back. And it'll interfere with all the goodness that's supposed to come into your life, right? So you have to understand that the forgiveness is not for that person. It's for you to relinquish it and let it be what it's going to be so you can continue on your path. And
I had to learn that.
That's exactly what you did.
It wasn't easy to learn.
No.
It wasn't easy to learn because a lot of people hurt me.
Yeah.
A lot of people hurt me. Remember, like I said, I had to let go of a lot of things. I had to let go of sexual abuse. I had to let go of my parents abusing me. I had to let go of teachers abusing me. Okay? I don't want to get too into that. But my friends that say they were my friends, you know, I had to learn. Yeah. You know, but I was already in a position in my life where I was happy. Right. I was doing what I set out to do, you know, and it's to be a singer and an actor, you know, and for some people be like, oh my God, but it's not Broadway. Let me tell you something. Even if you're singing in the corner.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're happy.
Yeah.
You made it.
That's right. So at what point, when you get beyond singing these songs with these people at high power, what was your first enjoyable piece of success in your life where there wasn't too much going on, there wasn't drama, but you landed a role or a gig or an opportunity where you were at peace with yourself and said, wow, you know, I'm going to really, van a gozar este momento. This is going to be a beautiful moment for me.
Well, where it really, 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 really started, Mike Delgado, shout out to Mike Delgado.
Oh, salute.
He said, listen, we need to do something. 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 And we did Music Takes Me Higher.
Okay.
And you know, it was good.
Right.
You know, but things happened.
Yeah.
Where something happened with his company, and you know, like I said, life just went south for me.
Right.
And I had to move on. Damn. I'm trying.
Take your time. Take your time. Was working with Mike in that time, was that was it enjoyable for you? Was the chemistry between you and Mike there? Because Mike is, you know,
that man is a talent.
Yes.
He's a listen. God bless you. We haven't talked in a minute because you know he's doing his thing.
Right.
And you know, he has to deal with his dad.
Yeah.
Celio, God bless you. Yes. You know, and his mom and stuff, you know, and you know, my life with Teatro Sea, right. You know, and coaching and stuff. But we'll get together again. I know we will. Mm-hmm. That's where I felt that I belonged.
Okay.
And I was free to sing and do what I needed to do. Then, you know, life goes on, and I have my beautiful son, Anthony. Shout out to my son, Anthony. Salute. I'm going to be a grandma. Oh, my God, like so big. And
you ready
I have
to
my
be
beautiful
abuela?
son.
You ready to
man.
Be abuela?
I'm ready. And it's a macho, king. It's my king. And I had my beautiful son, you know, and at that time I worked at Spectrum.
Okay.
For about 15 years.
Wow.
Oh, and shout out to my LGBTQ community. Y'all know y'all my peoples. Because let me tell you, no one would hire me. Really? No one would hire me. No. They wasn't going to hire this fat, ugly girl. They wanted the pretty ones with the blue eyes and the blonde hair.
Hold on a second, Jeannie. Hold on. For everybody that's just joining us, this is Mr. A. Welcome to the set. The incomparable, wonderful, positive, and just energetic spirit, Miss Jeannie Sol, is with us tonight. And I want you to speak to that because I know, wow, Spectrum, damn. I know for a fact, growing up in the neighborhood, interacting with you, I know that was something that was always there.
Oh yeah.
And you know, being your younger friend, like being friends with you, I always felt like it was just fucked up because the talent should supersede everything else, right? Your voice and your presence and your stage presence, actually, when you're on stage, that's a whole other genie, right? It's like they let the genie out of the bottle.
Yeah.
So me understanding those obstacles that you faced, I always saw it as unfair. But I want you to speak to that. Like, what was that like for you? How was that, to deal with, being such a talented woman
Man,
and then having to face that bullshit?
Man, let me tell you. At that time, also, my childhood friend, Andres Chulisi Rodriguez, which we will be filming my award-winning one-woman show.
There you go.
Ready Lights Action. I won 3 awards for Best Actress.
Really?
Written and directed by Andres Chulisi Rodriguez. We've been brothers and sisters for 33 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, 33 years. And we've had our ups and downs just like everybody else. But let me tell you, when he said he promised that he will be with me to the end, he never lied, And started hanging out with him. And you got to have Andre on.
Hey, listen.
Listen, you need to have Andre on, boy.
If Andre wants to come tell his story, put him in touch with me.
Listen, you need to have Andre on. Andre is a very happy, proud, openly gay man. Okay. Talent beyond belief. A poet. He's an author. He's a director. He's a writer. And he knows my life.
Okay.
And he had a song too with Archie.
Oh.
And we hang, he's like, just like that, Miss Thing, because that's him. You could sing, and I was like, and of course me, yeah, like,
no shit,
and we would sit in the park and harmonize and talk or whatever, and then a few years later, about 10, 15 years later, I worked at Mambo Italiano.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Mambo. Listen, Mambo was the shit, the food.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Crazy.
And I was the entertainment, I was the head entertainer actually.
Uh-huh.
And he came one time to a festival, he said, I didn't see him like in 2 years. And I was like, oh, stop, And he's like, listen, I'm doing this comedy troupe.
Oh.
I want you to join me. I was like, comedy troupe? I said, no, but I wasn't acting yet. I was just singing. And I said, I can't act. He goes, bitch, he said, you're a walking movie. He goes, don't play with me. And I said, oh my God, I don't think I could do this, right? So my first show, I memorized my skits. I said, okay, I'm going to do it, right? I had a nervous breakdown.
Oh, gee.
For like 15 minutes, bro, backstage.
I'm going to blow it up.
I mean, a nervous breakdown. He comes to the back. He's like, okay, bitch? All right, come down. That's exactly what he said. He goes, you got 5 minutes to get your shit together and be on that stage. I was like, oh, man. I said, all right, I go on stage. No, I go out. He was like right behind me. Mm-hmm. I said, I can't do it. He pushed me. And I'm in the middle of all these people. So, of course, what's the first thing I do? I start singing because that was my defense. That's what I know. Right? So after the song, everybody went crazy, of course. Then we're supposed to go into our skit. Mm-hmm. Bro, I didn't remember not one word.
You dropped the mic and thought you was exiting left? No, bitch. We got work to do.
I didn't remember not one single fucking word. And I think I got through 2 sentences. But that was where I broke the bat. I popped my cherry.
Right. That was your breakthrough moment, right?
Yeah, that was my breakthrough.
Okay.
And he hugged me and he says, "Don't worry, you're gonna be all right." You know, and that was history from there. And we still perform and do whatever. And now that we're doing my one-woman show, it airs next Wednesday.
Wait, time out. Don't it people pay attention. It airs where next Wednesday? Where is it airing?
Oh, it's gonna be on Facebook Live.
Okay.
Facebook Live and YouTube Live.
Okay.
I have it on my page, Ready Lights Action.
Okay.
It's free, because we still gotta work, and to keep ourselves relevant,
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you're gonna give me. You're gonna give me
I'll give you all that info.
It's gonna be everybody. If you're just watching the show, Miss Jeannie Soul's announcing her show. It's called Ready Lights Action.
Ready Lights Action.
Okay, and it's gonna be
Wednesday.
when?
Next Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
I'll post it on the page for all the people that are watching. I'll post it on the page. Make sure you check her out. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ready Lights Action.
Mm-hmm.
Who were the writers? Did you write? Did you collaborate with Andre? It was totally Andre.
Well, it's my story.
Right, of course.
He wrote it.
Okay.
Andres Chulichi Rodriguez.
Okay.
He wrote it. He's a master at what he does.
Okay.
And it's about just a small piece of my life, because I'm writing my book, of what I go through in the dressing room.
Oh, that's interesting.
The preparation.
The talking yourself into it.
The talking, all of that good stuff. All of that good stuff. And that's just a piece,
Okay.
but it's something that I always wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I'm still healing and peeling.
Right.
I'm healing and peeling little by little. Continue letting stuff go. And that's when I met Jerry Masushi from Fania Records.
Wait, did you say Fania?
Fania Records, yes sir, yes sir.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I was singing at a champagne lounge, and I made money. These were rich people, baby. They didn't give you 5, baby. 20, 50, 100. I used to work 3 times a week, baby. I made dollars. And they only hired me. I was supposed to do a 20-minute set.
Okay.
But the first night, they were like astonished because people, another one. And they kept drinking. So, the owners were happy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And listen, a champagne glass would cost you, the cheapest one, $20.
Wow.
Then they started buying bottles. The bottle started from $100.
Wow.
So you know how that is. So, then my show went from 20 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, and then the breaks in between, And so in comes this old man with a posse, right?
Uh-huh.
And I said, this is a good one, I said, right? Because the viejitos like me. They do. They love the gorditas, They said, meat. Only a real man know that the real thing is in the gorditas. So he sits down. Listen, he didn't look like your typical rich guy.
Okay.
He would, God bless you, Jerry. I love you. You taught me so much. Rest in peace. He used to dress like a bum.
Yeah.
Like a bum.
Yeah.
He would have this Hawaiian shirt with these dirty ass jeans and sneakers. But he'll walk in like, he was from the Sopranos and shit.
Like he owned the place.
Yeah. And he's with all these people, and I'm saying to myself, this dude is loco. So he comes up to the bowl, and he puts $100 in.
Ah.
And he said, I bet you don't know this song.
Yeah, he didn't know
I was
he
like, which
talking to
one?
him.
He goes, Alfie. Then he turns around and sits down, right? I was like, oh, you want to play with me, young man? All right, I got you. I flipped it on him.
Uh-huh.
What's it all about, Jerry? Because I asked him his name.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, my name is Jerry. I sang the whole song with his name on it.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. That man, he stood standing up the whole song.
Stuck.
Then his boy came and he asked, for Etta James at last and all these songs. I had them. Got you, baby. Just keep putting the money in the bowl. The bowl.
Well-rounded here. We know these musics, right?
Yep. So at the end of my show, he calls me over. I said, aquí viene el viejo esta, jódeme la pita. He says, what do you want to drink? I said, I don't drink, sir. And he said, yeah, whatever you want. So I asked for a salsa with cranberry, whatever. And he's talking to me. So where you from? I said, I'm from Brooklyn. He's like, really, from Sunset Park? Hello? And he starts laughing. Oh, I know Brooklyn, Sunset Park. I said, you don't know Brooklyn. Don't play yourself. Right? And we're talking. He's laughing. And we're bantering back and forth. He gives me his card. No, excuse me. Victor Gallos gives me his card.
Okay.
And he said, and then he was ready to leave. He goes, I gotta go, but I'll see you 9:00 Monday morning at my office. And I said, who do you think he is? Trying to tell me what to do.
Did you look at the card? Did you look at the card at that point?
I looked at the card.
Uh-huh.
It said Jerry Masucci,
Uh-huh.
owner of Fania Records. Listen, it didn't click to me at that moment. It didn't click.
At what
Fania
point?
Records.
At what point did you realize?
No, but I'll come to find out, at that time, I was starting to record my salsa record with this man called Lino Iglesias. God bless you, Lino. And I called him. I said, yo, man, who the hell is this old man? Gave me his car. His name's Jerry Masucci from Fania Records and shit. Silence. I was like, hello?
Dumbfounded. Yeah.
And all I heard was screaming. I was like, bro, what's wrong with you? You gotta go shit or something? Hello? He goes, Jeannie, do you know who just went to go see you? I said, an old man? I don't know.
Un viejo
bellaco, yo no sé, qué carajo. And he said, Jeannie, Jerry Masucci from Fania Records. I was like, I still don't know what you're talking about, bro. Just tell me what the hell you're talking about. He goes, Jeannie, he made Johnny Pacheco, Celia Cruz, Ray Barretto. I was like,
everybody
wow.
We grew up on and loved and
I was like,
admire. Yeah.
wow. I was like, you lying. He's like, Jeannie, I swear to God, if I could punch you through the fucking phone, I would punch you through the phone. I was like, oh my God, he wants me in his office at 9:00 in the morning. He told me, don't be late, and this, and that. And we're freaking out. I'm freaking out. Even though I was making all this money, I had Anthony, and I had bills, and I was catching up.
Yeah.
I was catching up, and I didn't have that much clothes. All I brought was like 4 black dresses. And of course, the LGBTQ community taught me how to look lovely all the time. Shout out to Jose Manuel Disla, my designer, my baby. He makes all my clothes now. And he taught me how to accessorize. He said, simple black dress. Victor Rasso, my brother, Mike Rasso, I love you. They taught me how to accessorize with a simple black dress. And let me tell you, that black dress looked different all the time. So all the time. I look sharp all the time. And I said, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he's like, we're going to be there at 8:00 in the morning on Monday in his office.
There you know?
And rest assured, I was there at 8:15. And I was outside smoking a cigarette. And I said, man, if I had a bottle of Bacardi right now, I would drink it, but I know I can't. It's only 8:30 in the morning. And he's like, relax. He
Cálmate,
said,
mija.
just be you.
Yeah.
He goes, Jeannie, what I love from you and what all your friends tell me, that you are you. Just be
Authenticity.
you.
Yeah.
Don't be different. Just be you. I was like, oh my God. I said, forget it. I'm not going to get this deal, man. He ain't going to like me, man. He's going to tell me to lose weight. He's going to tell me to lose weight. He's going to tell me to dye my hair. You know? We go upstairs, 8:45, introduce myself to the secretary, whatever. And the secretary got up, which was funny to me. She goes, oh, Jeannie. Oh, yes. Hold on 1 second. Oh, and when she left, I said, pero ¿qué le pasa a ella?
¿Qué te pica, mujer?
Pasa a ella, you know? And she says, yes, come in and we sit down. Let me tell you something. I'm so mad that that building doesn't exist no more.
Right.
I was in the actual studio where all of the greats,
Recorded.
shout out to Chino Nunez, that was my producer, love you. Where all the greats recorded, bro.
Wow.
To just look at all this memorabilia. He had these beautiful pictures of everybody. I was like, oh my God, I used to listen to this shit when I was a kid. I'm actually here, you know? And he comes out and he's like, so you're early. I automatically, because it was just with him, it was automatic.
Right.
Well, you told me not to be late. Hello. And he goes, oh, you have to be so loud? I said, yeah, I told you I was Puerto Rico from Brooklyn Sunset Park. I told you. Forget it, pa' que fue eso. He takes me into his office and he said, you look very nice. I said, thank you very much. And he's laughing and he said, okay, let's get down to business. I was like, all right, what's good? What we doing? How we shuffling? What we doing? And he's laughing. And he said, I knew I was going to like you. Because you're like me when I started. I was like, how so? He said, I'm glad you came in here as yourself. He goes, you know how many bullshit hours I've been through? He goes, girl. And he's telling me his story or whatever. And then almost towards the end, I said, okay, so you want me to lose weight, right? He said, if you lose a pound, I ain't giving you no deal. I was like, really? He said, I want you to be you.
How did that
He said, I'm going to make you a star. He said, I'm going to make you a star.
How did that feel when he said that to you, Jeannie?
Oh, my God. You don't even know.
After all the shit that you went through.
Oh, you don't even know, bro.
To hear somebody like that.
I started crying. I was crying. I broke down. And I said, damn, I said, I was ready.
Right.
I was ready to lose the weight and do what I had to do, you know, whatever it took.
Right.
But just to know that someone was especially of his caliber, accepting me.
Right.
Just the way I was.
Right.
And he said, if you only knew how beautiful you was.
Wow.
I just broke down, you know? And let me tell you, that man for 1.5 years taught me everything I needed to know about this business because he passed away from appendicitis.
Oh.
He gave me anything I wanted. He paid my rent. He paid my bills.
Wow.
He took care of my son. Like, I traveled the world. I traveled with him everywhere. He would say, oh, I want to go hang out in the Bahamas for 3 days. Let's go. I was like, and who's going and how am I going? He goes, I will pay the babysitter. Let's go. He took me everywhere. And he made sure that Anthony was good.
Right.
You know, and I had an excellent babysitter. And I traveled the world with all of these greats. I learned so much. I lost all of that in storage
Mm.
because when he died,
Yeah.
my contract died.
Wow.
Um,
But you're built for that. You're resilient, and you've always been
fuck.
resilient.
Okay, detox. I'm okay. I'm okay. I
Is it?
lost everything. I lost. I lost the biggest deal of my life
Mm,
because I called Sony Records 2 weeks after that. They made believe like they didn't even know my name.
really?
Um, I was at that time transitioning. I was living with my best friend Victor Rasso and his family, and I died. I felt like I died. I felt like I died. I said, "This is it." I said, "My life is over." I said, "My life is over. My life is over." And um, I wrote my letter that I was gonna commit suicide. Um, I wrote my letter to my friends, to my son, and I was ready to leave this earth because I felt that that was it. Because I was having all this. It will like go good and then bad, good and then bad, good and then bad, good and bad, and I just got tired. I got tired. I was so tired.
The instability at that point had already gotten to you, and to reach a point with such a note a no somebody who
I'm
was
saying this because I want, if I could help somebody today, if I could help someone today who's listening.
take your time,
I
Jeannie.
can't believe I'm still detoxing. I'm sorry. Um,
But everybody in the
I
room is
felt like
sending
my
you
life
love.
was over, and I had this little boy that counted on his mother, and I just wanted my son to have the best. Um, and then I remembered that I was a child of God. I went to church. I was in the Dinámica. I was a jornadista. I believed in God. I believed in Jesus. And I just started praying and praying and praying and praying and praying. I said, "God, please, please help me, please," and I got into spiritualism, and I'm a Yoruba priestess. I'm a Yamaya child, and I would never deny her name ever, ever, because she saved my life. And let me tell you, mental disease is real. I still fight at my age. At my age, at 52, I fight mental disease every single day still. It's much better
Right.
because I have friends and family that encourage me and love me, and I know they love me, and they push me through. And I believe in God and Yemaya, who saved my life. And having faith in something is a lot.
Right.
And if you have a good friend or family member, and you know what? If you ever go through it, reach out to somebody. And now that some of you have heard my story today, you could reach out to me. You know, um, I've learned to deal with it. Um, I know how to deal with it. I'm not perfect. I'm like just like everybody else. And so yeah, so that happened, and I said, okay, um, what's next?
I like that. Just like that, people. Let me say this, Jeannie.
What's next?
Let me say this. If you're just joining the show, I'm your host, Mr. A. This is the set. Tonight we are speaking with the wonderfully beautiful Miss Jeannie Sol from Sunset Park, and she is revealing herself in so many ways. And I want her to know how much this is appreciated, and I'm sure everybody who's watching, because everybody.
I just want to get a napkin. I'll be right back. Give me a napkin.
Go ahead. She is really bearing her soul, and these are parts of the story that I had no idea about. I grew up in Sunset Park. I'm a few years younger than Jeannie, but we were far apart enough in age that, she was in certain groups and I wasn't. But, to hear this now and to understand the trials and tribulations that she had gone through all these years, and then to see her now where she's at, it's a beautiful thing. And I really appreciate, her honesty and how she's sharing with everybody right now. And I'm hopeful that everybody here, and I can see it through everybody expressing their love in the chats, that you guys can appreciate what she's doing. Not many people are honest enough, not only with themselves but with the world, to share this kind of, part of them. So I really appreciate her, and I hope everybody on that's watching now can appreciate this situation as well. Jeannie's always been a great person, and I really, again, I can't say it enough how much I appreciate her coming on here tonight and sharing her story. And it's a great story. We all go through so much turbulence, if you would, in life, but it's not easy to talk about, because that means you're looking inwardly and you're being honest about the things that you've gone through, and that's a really hard and difficult thing to do. Being honest about who we are and all our imperfections and so on. But I as you can see, as I said earlier in the show, Jeannie's a resilient person, and she doesn't let things hold her down, and she's definitely become a stronger person behind all of the things that she has gone through in life.
Am I so cute? I'm so cute.
You're too cute right now. Let me tell you. This whole time while you were speaking, the chat is flooded with people that are just sending love and just trying to reinforce the fact that how much you mean to them and how much they cherish your friendship. And just, I mean, if you could see it, man, they're really going, everybody is, they're sending love to you nonstop.
Oh, man. Wow. Whew.
Where are we now? Where are we now?
I feel like little by little, like all of this I've been holding, like it's just because you know why? I'm saying it out loud. I haven't been able to really say it out loud.
You internalize.
Yeah. And you people just hold shit. And that's where mental disease comes, where you blow up and you go cuckoo.
Yeah.
You go cuckoo.
Definitely.
And I'm grateful for another man, Jose Ramon, it's called the White Shirt Project.
Okay.
And it talks about PTSD, people that suffer from PTSD and mental disease. He has a beautiful, excellent photographer, and I'm an advocate for it. And which I will give you the info on that also.
Please do.
For people that might need.
Right.
So at that point in my life, I said, okay, I got to keep it pushing. What am I doing?
Pa'lante.
What am I doing? I got this little boy. I got to raise this little boy on my own. I'm not going to talk too much about his father. His father is his father.
That's it.
I never ever, and that's another thing I would do want to say. I never spoke to my son badly about his father. Ever.
Ladies take note.
Ever.
Note. Yes.
Never.
Yes.
My son is a grown ass man now. He knows who his father is. That's him and his father's relationship. And I never took that away from him. Because what happens is that's where the cycle starts.
Exactly.
And you start poisoning these little boys and girls. Oh, your father, your mother, and mothers too. They're pieces of shit. And this, and that.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. They grow up and bad things happen. You know, so to all the mothers out there and all the fathers, whatever you might go through with each other, you got to think of your kids. Because you don't want them to grow up, you know, being murderers, being thieves, just being a person that can't cope with life. Life is hard.
Very much so.
You know, I taught my son how to love everyone for who they are, to respect himself, to respect women, respect men, respect people for their decisions. And I told my son, I do not care who you become in life as long as you're a good person and you have compassion for people. Let me tell you, my son is the best. That's my heart. He is my every breath. He saved my life. My son saved my life.
Is there any woman out there good enough for him?
Never. No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a mother answer right there.
Besides Donna, Donna saved my son's life.
Okay.
She's tough. She's tough. She's tough.
Yeah.
And she's an excellent woman. Excellent.
Awesome.
And I love her to death.
Awesome.
You know? So at that point in my life, I said, all right, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know? And Andre, once again, said, we got to keep it pushing. That's what we're going to do. We're gonna keep rolling. Let's keep swimming. You know. And you know, he started developing more shows and getting back on stage and blah blah blah. And then I came across Teatro Sea.
Okay.
And I worked for Teatro Latea upstairs. Nelson Landrew, one of my greatest mentors, rest in peace too. He just passed away from cancer.
Wow.
Manuel Moran said, no, I went to Manuel Moran. I said, I could sing. I want to audition. And he looked at me, he said, okay. You know, like, all right. And he came to see one of my shows and he says, yeah. And I auditioned for my first show, La Plenópera del Empache. Great show.
Wow.
And once again, opening night.
Stage fright?
I freaked out. I freaked out.
What?
I freaked out.
Let me jump in. People, if you're just joining the show, Miss Jeannie Sol has a thing with stage fright. And I'm going to blow it up right now.
Oof.
Prior to her coming on tonight, maybe about 15 or 20 minutes before the show started, or not even, it was probably about an hour before the show started, I started reaching out to her to sort of bring her on early, to have a preamble, just break the ice and just help her understand what we were going to do here. And she was having stage fright for a podcast. She was literally freaking out as we're chatting in the DMs. And I'm saying to myself, this cannot be happening right now. But continue your story.
But it keeps you humble. It keeps me humble.
Okay.
Keeps me humble.
Okay.
You know, I know I have a talent. I know I have a gift.
Right.
But I still scared.
Right.
You know? But it's okay. I want to keep having this because it just keeps me humble.
Right.
You know?
Keep you grounded.
That I'm a real person.
Right.
You know? So, you know, Manuel said, you guys answer me. You know, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fuck this up. It was a full house, bro. Really? It was a full, let me tell you, kids, kids are truthful.
Yes, they are.
If you suck, they're gonna tell you.
They're gonna flame you.
Yo, they will slice you a new one. They let me tell you, right? So, but I did the show, it was a hit, and I see all these kids. I love children. I wanted more kids, but I lost two. I lost two after Anthony. And I always wanted more kids, but I always said I wanted to work with kids.
Right.
And all these kids came up to me, hugging me. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you were so good. I want to sing just like you. I want to grow up and I want to be like you. And I'm like, this is what I needed. This is what I needed.
Kids, let me tell you something when it comes to kids that I've learned being with my wife and raising our children. Kids recognize people a lot more easier. They sense their energy.
They're very perceptive.
And exactly. They're super perceptive. And they are attracted to that. Right?
Oh yeah.
When they sense that real authentic energy in a positive way,
yeah,
kids flock to that.
Yeah.
I see all the years I've been with my wife, we can walk into a room and there's children and they're like a magnet to her. And I guess I'm the big ogre, but you know, and I guess they kind of assume that she's kind of one of them because she's like 4'11". So, you know, she's almost in our, you know, in our area. So she's one of us. But they definitely, children can definitely, you know, pick up on that. So
they know.
That's no surprise. That's no surprise for me.
Yeah. And it was history from there. I'm one of the main actors, and we just did our web series called El Avión, the airplane, on YouTube.
I love how you translated for me. L'Avión, the airplane. Really? It's the airplane?
It's a bilingual hit show.
Wait. All right. So people, if you're just joining, Miss Jeannie Sol is listen, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on tonight. And usually I'm more interruptive and ask more questions or whatever, but I'm so fascinated, one, by your story, and two, you're giving so much to the platform right now that I just want you to talk because you're doing something that no guest has done before. I mean that. You're really bringing an incredible story. And you're giving me so much that we have to catch up at the end of the show so that you can tell me, all right, this is going to be here, so I can put it up on the page. And I want everybody to keep up with what's going on with you because it's really important to me that happens. You know, and then everybody can see, you know, and follow and make sure that they, you know, see your work. So El Avión, the airplane. Right? Yeah. Written by
Manuel Moran, Dr. Manuel Moran.
El doctor.
Yeah, fascinating man, extreme talent. You know, he built this children's theater. And the only Latin children's theater in New York.
Salute.
Okay.
Salute.
And he's I've done thousands of shows with him, but this show called El Avión, the airplane, is a bilingual show, and it talks about immigrant children. It talks about all children, but you know, it talks about bullying. It talks about how to love yourself. You know, it's just an excellent show because we still have to educate. Still, even through this pandemic, we still have to educate our kids. Yes, and sir. He found a way. He found this show, and it's on Sea Kids Network on YouTube. Okay. Subscribe. And show it to your kids. It's bilingual, Spanish and English. And and that's what we're doing now. You know, we're still struggling actors. There's no money in this.
Right.
Most of my shows, all my shows now are virtual and free because, you know, listen, what I do is what's kept me alive.
Right.
You know,
who you are. It's who you are.
The last sentence in my one-woman show is this thing that I do is what's kept me alive. Because I tried to stop singing when I went through where I was going to commit suicide. When I stopped singing, I felt like I already died.
Wow.
Because this is what keeps me alive. And because listen, I know what it is to have money, and I know what it is to be poor.
Right.
You know, right now I'm a little poor, but I'm good.
But you're rich in other areas.
Listen, I'm rich. You know.
Right.
I have beautiful friends. That are my family.
Right.
Because I did find my family 3 years ago.
Wait, time out. So you found your biological family?
Yeah, I found my biological family.
Wow.
I missed my mom by a year.
I'm sorry.
By a year, I missed her. She passed away. My mother also my real mother was a singer.
Really?
And but my mother suffered from alcoholism and drugs.
Okay.
And I look just like my mother. They said when they first saw me, they said, I feel like I'm seeing Clarita. That was her name. Clarita. I feel like she's reincarnated in you. Then when they heard me sing, they were like, this can't be possible. They said, they were like, you talk like your mother, you walk like your mother, you dress like your mother. They said, she's just reincarnated. Like, it's crazy. I'm still not ready to talk about that because a lot of things happen. But I did find my biological family. But my family are the people that I grew up with. The LGBTQ community, my UG posse. I'm sure Lou Du Bois is on. Pepsi, Regina Pabon, Diana. Because I can't see the chat. So I'm hoping a lot of my friends, Victor Rasso, the Rasso family. I can't even tell you what the Rasso family has done for me in my life, still to this day. Shout out to my mentors, Clifford Jacobs. I can't even tell you what this man is in my life. I can't even tell you. There's so many people to thank, that still are in my life, helping me, pushing me through, telling me, dale, 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 not letting me give up. Right. So appreciate your family, your friends, that is your family.
They're all here.
Oh, my God.
There's Cynthia Gorman is here. She's a mutual friend of ours.
Oh, my God.
I wanted to mention that because
that's my sister. That's my sister.
We also have her in common. And Lou Dubois, who is like a big sister to me, who we also have in common, who I love to death. That's my sister right there. And
I call her Pepsi, but Regina's on.
Regina's on.
Regina Pabon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They're all here. They're all.
Oh my God.
Let me just say this. Everybody in the room is watching the show. I'm reading all the comments and I'm flashing them up. Look right here in the corner. You can see it says Regina Pabon. Listen, I keep mine on. I don't play around. Look at.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I love you. So what I'm doing is as they're chatting, right? As they're chatting, I just highlight their comments. And then you'll see them.
Lori, right? Diana.
Mira.
Oh, Cynthia. Oh, my God. Mike Russell. That's the Russell family. Russell. My UG family. Ida.
Wait. There you go.
No. That's my boo right there, baby.
And here you go. One more. Look.
Ay, Dios mío.
Pepsi on deck.
Yeah.
The whole night that we've been talking, these people, and this is why I keep mentioning this.
Candy. Oh, my God.
You have the whole night with these people flooding the chat.
Oh, my God, Yvette.
Flooding the chat with comments, sending their love, cheering you on.
Oh, my God. My God, Kathy. Oh, my God. I can't even tell you.
And
all
also,
of these people. And then I know there's some people on that probably not on the chat. Oh, well done, man. Let me tell you. Oh God.
Joseph was also here. Joe Estrella, Charlie
Oh,
Brown. He came through
yeah.
earlier. You know, everybody. Listen, everybody's here showing you love. Everybody.
Oh my
So
God.
you know, and understand something. I've had 2 shows that have been, and I don't want to call them shows. I've had 2
Anthony.
episodes that have been tremendous thus far. This is a very new podcast. I had one about addiction, and I had this one. This is the second show that I've had that's had over 30 people in the chat. Like, people are here to support you and tell you how much they love you and just listen to your story. So, you know, you loved,
Wow.
you know, and this is the community that, you know, that you've had all these years, you know, and I can't tell you how much this story, like learning these things about you firsthand, hearing them from your mouth is tremendous, Jeannie. You know, I got to see another side of you that I never knew about.
Yeah, it's
And,
time
and
to. I promised myself at 50 that I was going to start to heal.
okay.
It was because, man, I walked around for a long time bitter,
Oh,
and I was never like that.
right.
I was never like that. I mean, I would go through shit and I would just be bugging out and smiling and yo, what we're doing, how we doing it. And then for a long time, I was just walking around bitter and angry. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to take a shower. I didn't want to brush my teeth. I didn't want to go to sleep. Nothing, bro. Nothing. You know, and I promised myself that I had to start detoxing and letting go of the caca.
Yeah.
The
Definitely.
caca. Because it's like you going to the bathroom taking a shit and you don't wipe your ass. You're gonna smell like shit.
Hey, your ass gonna start burning.
You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what it was. People didn't want to be with me because I was just angry and just mad, you know? And I promised myself that it was time to detox. Let it go. From everything that I went through as a child. In another podcast that I did, which was Andre's podcast, actually.
Okay.
He asked me, what would you change from your life now that you're at this point in your life where everything, you know, is moving along? And nothing. Nothing. Not a fucking thing.
Tell me why. Tell the audience why you wouldn't change anything, Gene.
I wouldn't change a
that's interesting.
motherfucking thing.
I think it's interesting that you say why you wouldn't.
I wouldn't change nothing because it made me the person I am today. It made me resilient. It made me strong. It made me believe in myself. It made me to just keep pushing through. But I didn't do it by myself. I had help. But remember, there was a phase in my life where I didn't even believe the people that believed in me. That's big. Because you start shutting down, you start shutting shit off. You know? And I want to thank, you know, all my friends that kept me there. But I wouldn't change a fucking thing. Because when I go on that stage and I do my, you know, as an actor, I'm not an actor. I'm telling you the real truth. Because the funny thing is that all the shows that I've done, it's like a reflection of my life.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Right.
You know? And now that I'm doing my one-woman show that is talking about a piece of my life, when you know, Andre's funny because he gives me the script, right? And he says, "This is the script." Okay, I'm reading over my script. I know my lines well, but I still go into my own because I want people to feel that grit. I want them to feel that it's real. That what I'm talking to you about is real. I lived it. I walked it. you know? And every time I go on stage, I want people to say, this changed my life. This is going to change my life. This is helping me right now. I'm a chanteuse. I'm a chanteuse. I'm a storyteller. I bring it to you raw. I bring it to you straight, no chaser, baby. You know, either you take it or leave it, you know? But I want people to start learning how to tell their truths, how to be okay with their truths.
Be comfortable in their own skin.
Be comfortable.
Right.
Listen, and I lost weight because I had to, because I'm diabetic. Yes, I'm behaving. Yes. You know, but I'm doing it but you know what? The difference is I'm doing it for me.
Right.
My health.
Right.
I'm not doing it because I want to get a man. I'm not doing it because I need to prove shit to fuck nobody in this world, bro. Nobody. You don't need to prove nothing to nobody.
Only yourself.
You be you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm never going to be a size 5. I'll order a number 5. I'm going to order it. Number 5, please. Super size, baby. Super size. You know? I'm never going to be a size 5. I come to terms with that. But I know I have to be healthy. I know I have to be healthy and take care of myself. You know? And that's just who I am. This is just who I am. You know? And I'm hoping to bring my one-woman show to the hood.
Well, let me tell you something. If there would be a way for us to fundraise, crowdfund, whatever the case may be, to make that happen, I would not only like to promote it, I would definitely love to be in the audience to watch that show. Because
shit,
when I speak to you, just knowing you all these years, one, but now reconnecting with you after all these years as a grown man myself, seeing the authenticity and recognizing all these trials that you went through, they're so relatable and so real. I would love to see that performance on stage and the kind of energy that you would bring to your show, telling your story. I think it would be incredible. I think everybody
I want to do it in my hood. I want to do it in my hood. I want to do it in my hood. And let me tell you, I need to add your mom, Muñeca.
No.
Let me tell you something. Your mother was also a BBW woman, a beautiful, beautiful woman. Hello. We used to have a lot of talks, and she knew that I was like, always like, death with my body and stuff like that. And your mother, man, she was what? You know? And she would tell me, be you, love you, you know, look at me, hello, you know. And your mother, God bless her, may she rest in peace.
Thank you.
Know, I miss my chats with her, you know. She would tell me about life too, you know, and what she went through, and you know, and you know, hearing from another woman that, you know, the same physique, you know, that how she carried herself. Because your mother always was pressed. Her hair, her makeup. Your mother, what? You couldn't tell her nothing, you know? And I learned from that too, you know? So like I said, I had a lot of positive people in my life that helped me push through, you know? And at this stage now in my life, I'm just living.
Right.
You know? I learned how to be alone. I was always afraid to be alone. Always to be afraid. So afraid of dying alone. So afraid. You know? But the thing was, I had to learn how to love myself. Still. I had to learn how to love myself. You know? And you know, everybody has their lives. You know, I'll go visit my friends, hang out or whatever, but I still had to come back alone.
Right.
You know? And I went through that phase where I felt that, you know, I needed a man to fulfill me.
Validation.
And make me happy.
Right.
No. You know, No, it should be an addition already
Exactly.
to your happiness. Those are
Exactly.
additions. Your
Yeah.
children is an addition. A partner is an addition. A career or whatever. Those are additions to your happiness. You know, and I had to learn that, and I learned it, and I'm good. You know, I still go through my, I still go through my things. It's not an easy process. You
It's
know,
not.
I've been battling this since for 40 years. You
Yeah.
know, I'm battling with it. It's like, man, like I gotta fight these demons every fucking day, man. You know, I still go through it before I go on stage. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna suck. They're not gonna like me. I'm gonna forget my lyrics. I'm gonna forget my script. Oh my god, my wig. Oh my god, my makeup. You know, I used to put on so much makeup because first of all, I loved it. Oh, because I look so beautiful. Oh my god, I look so different. Like I said, I looked different.
Yeah. The
I
mask.
didn't look like me.
Right. Right.
That was my armor, my protection,
Right.
you know, and that's how I hid from the world. That was my alter ego,
Right.
you know. That was my defense. I can't wait for you to see the show next week. You're gonna be like, this bitch, I'm gonna fuck her up. Um, there's something that goes on at the end of the show that
Don't give it away.
everybody,
Don't
no,
give
no,
it.
that
Yeah.
everybody loves, you know. Um, I it's crazy, you know. But it's crazy what you go through in life. You know, I've learned so much. You know, I went back to school at 40 years old,
Never too old to go back to school.
and I did it for myself, and I also did it for my
Right.
son. You know, he
Right.
was getting discouraged and whatever, and I said, no, 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 we got to get an education. We're gonna do it together. You
Right.
know, I got my GED. I graduated from studio programming, audio. I have an associate's in liberal arts science. You know, I might go back for my bachelor's.
Hey.
Don't know. Vamos a ver. You know, um, but I was always smart.
You were always
But
funny.
I realized that after because when they call you stupid, when they
Yeah.
call you stupid
You believe it.
all your life, and they call you stupid and ugly, you're never gonna be nothing. You're um you come from a garbage can, and you know you start believing it. That's what I mean. That stop feeding your kids the shit. You know, because you're going through something, you don't feed it to your kids because they grow up with that. You know, you need to encourage them and tell them they're beautiful, no matter what they are. Gay,
Yeah.
straight, whatever. Tell them you love them. Tell them they're gonna be somebody. Tell them that you got their back. You know what I'm saying? We live in a society right now that where they want us fucked up. We are minorities. They want us fucked up. They want us uneducated. They want us not to move forward in life. Okay?
You're gonna open up a can of worms with that one.
Oh,
Because I'm built.
baby.
I'm built for that conversation. But
Let me tell you.
let me interrupt you real quick because there's a person in the chat by the name of Connie James that says,
Oh,
"Mr. A, please make sure Jeannie knows I'm here with her," and she sent a little heart. So you see,
my sister.
people, people. If you're watching the show, as you heard, I'm Mr. A. This is the set. We are speaking with the wonderful Miss Jeannie Sol from Sunset Park. She had brought up something that I think everybody needs to know and understand. And I'm not trying to be sexist, but specifically for women, you need to first and foremost love yourself. Because if you cannot love yourself, you can't love anybody else. And you have to
Yeah,
understand the value of who
that's the
you
truth.
are and what you are. And that a man or whoever it is that you choose to love is not the whole of you. They are just an accessory, so to speak.
In
A
addition,
an addition, a complementary piece to your life that makes it better and
mm-hmm,
more fruitful, right?
yeah,
So please understand that. You are beautiful in your own way and in your own right. And you don't need anybody else to tell you, hey, you're beautiful, to make you feel validated. Love yourself
Amen.
first and foremost. Don't wait on nobody else to love you. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? So,
Amen.
Miss Jeannie, we're
Yeah,
at the
we
point.
talking, bro. We need to
No. Listen, let me tell you something. This is another first for me. Usually, in my shows, I ask loads of different questions. The way that this show took off, you know what? This was perfect because I allowed you to take the floor, and I'm happy for that because I tell everybody this is your platform to tell your story. Do and say como tú lo quieras, you know, lo que sea. You talk and it's yours. Say whatever. And this is the first time that somebody's actually done that. And not only that, you gave me a lot more than I expected, and I appreciate that. I think that everybody that's watched the show tonight, wow, I everybody was making comments as you were talking, and they're just blown away by your organic self, and that's what I love about this platform. I just want real people. I don't want all the pop and circumstance and that fucking gossip and all this drama. No, real people.
listen. I even dress her. Look at my knockers. Look at my bed knockers, baby. Baby, Brooklyn, Sunset Park all day, baby. What's up?
and this is exactly what I loved about it. So before we close out the show, right? As I said earlier, I want you to give me everything that's going on. Send me a DM with all the info, all the foundations, your show, everything. Your children's show that's on YouTube, your show that's coming out next week, everything that you have going on. I want you to send it to me because I'm going to post it to the Facebook page, and tell everybody that, you know, this live show is being broadcast on Facebook Live and on the YouTube page simultaneously. So if you miss a piece or you came late, you can go to the YouTube page, the Set 6145, and you can see the full interview there. But before we close out the show, Jeannie, the floor is yours. You can address everybody in the room. You can say whatever it is that you want to say that you feel on your heart right now. And
Oh my God.
yeah, they're all here. They're
Wow.
all here. They're all here. So the floor is yours, young lady.
Ay, Dios mío. Ah, qué what can I say?
Whatever you want.
Listen, we're living in times right now where I lost 62 people during this pandemic that I
Wow.
loved very much. I don't really like to talk about politics,
Right.
but
We'll make the exception.
thank you to all the people that voted. I hope you voted right. I'm not going to tell you to vote for,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But I voted for LGBTQ rights. I voted for the rights of women. I voted for the rights of men. I voted for the kids that are still living in cages. I voted for the homeless people that are in the street. I voted for my actors, singers, techs that are out of work. I'm working for the nurses and doctors that gave every day of their life, all the first responders that are still in the street, okay, helping people. I voted for that. I voted blue all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? We have somebody that wants to destroy us. But Biden is going to win. I didn't tell you that? Oh, he won already. Oh, yeah, he won already. Because, you know, there's thieves and liars.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything that I hate is bullies.
Right.
I don't like bullies. I eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? And it's very sad that a grown-ass man got to be a bully. You know what I'm saying? Because la taca yo le quiero dar. But I'm not going to get into that. Excuse me. I'm a decent woman. I work for children. I work for children. But I want people to keep striving. I want people to keep on keeping on. If you feel that today is not the day and you just had enough, call somebody. Call
That's
somebody.
right.
Reach out to someone. It's going to be okay. I'm telling you, I'm a survivor of it. Call someone. Trust me. Someone who's willing to listen to you where you can vent. Someone who's willing to just give you that encouragement that you need. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, I know what it is to have $1,000 in my pocket. I know what it is to have $1. I know what it is to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know how to survive. You know, I want to thank all my friends that have opened their homes where I can rest my head, because I almost fell into a homeless shelter 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Okay. I want to thank those people that have given me $1, somewhere to rest my head, where I can still keep on going in this life. Because even though you might see a smile and you might see me doing stuff, but you know, I'm going through my thing. So I want to thank everybody that's helped me and is still helping me. And all I ask is that when I post a show up, watch it. Just watch it. You know, it's because it just helps me to keep moving it along. The show next week is free. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for money, you know, and support the people that you love. When theater opens up again, support the theater, you know, especially nonprofit, because my theater is nonprofit. It's a children's theater. I'm going to give my boy all the info so you guys could subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also to keep up when we open back up, because we will, where you guys come and support. Believe in something. Believe in yourself. I believe in God. But you know what? Whatever you believe in, Buddha, Allah, higher energy, whatever, Santo, Egun, let me tell you, just believe in something, believe in yourself, and please keep taking care of yourself, because this shit is not motherfucking over. Keep using your mask, wash your hands, you know, and I hope that you guys take something from this, you know, and share it, you know, and just know you're not alone, you know. Thank you, Ernest. You have grown up to be the man that I knew you was going to be.
Thank you.
The husband, the father, and you doing this. I knew you was made for this. I knew you. I want to punch you in your neck right now, but I knew you was made for this. You know, every time you have it, I'm gonna share it too. You know, maybe you could do this in a bigger platform. Just an idea. You need to keep doing this. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless your babies. Your sister Debbie.
She's on here.
Debbie, you know, let me tell you, that woman always walked, you know, with humbleness, and she always had a smile for me, and you know, like, your family's like the shit, bro. And she's growing up to be a beautiful mother, wife, you know. Shout out to my hood. Shout out to my hood. I will always represent Brooklyn Central Park every day of my life, you know. And but I'm a walking for you proud, you know. I'm a walking for you that even though we come from there, we have resilience, we have strength, we keep it pushing, we keep it moving, you know. And that's it, man. And you know, God bless everybody, and hope to see you guys for the next show. For my next show. And Ija, and I'm cute.
Yes, you are, young lady. You are very cute.
I'm cute, honey. Look at that, 52, baby. Y'all don't want it. I want a meal. And shout out to the LGBTQ community. They're the ones that raised me. I was raised by drag queens, you know.
Really?
Hello. What do you think all this fabulousness came from, darling? The LGBTQ community. I'm an advocate. Been an advocate for 33 years. I will defend you to the day I die. Trust and believe. You know, and yeah, that's it, man. You know,
Awesome.
and hopefully when it opens up, we could go out and have dinner and really sit down and
Oh yeah.
throw
Oh
a few
yeah.
back and just chill.
Oh yeah.
You
We
know,
need that. That'll be something on the top of the menu. We could get together. Me, you, Lou. You can meet my wife. Like we could all hook up and throw a lot of them back.
yeah, man.
But
Yeah, man.
Mira, I appreciate you. As I said, send me all the information in the DM, and I'm gonna
Yes, I
post
will.
everything up. I just wanted to say I can't express how thankful I am for you coming on tonight and putting a piece of yourself on the table, not only for the platform but for the people. I think that it was just a beautiful thing, and I hope that our exchange in this moment brought a little comfort to your heart. And,
Oh, you don't know, bro. I feel like a piece.
there you go. There you go.
Let me tell you.
And we're gonna have you back.
Yeah,
Because
let's do it.
we got to revisit and see what's going on with Jeannie. In the next couple of months when things start to change, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll be in contact, and we'll definitely have you back
Anytime,
on the show.
anytime.
And
Yeah, man.
sending you a lot of love right now, and
To
everybody
everybody.
watching the set. Miss Jeannie Sol. We will be seeing each other soon, love.
Love you. Love you all.
People, I'm at a loss for words. I really think that tonight was a great episode with a person who just, man, gave so much of herself tonight and revealed so much of her struggle and her come up. And I can't express how much I appreciate what she did. It takes a very strong person to come on and sort of open up at that level and speak to such pain and be honest about it. That says a lot about a person's character. And I hope everybody has taken something away from this episode. And I hope everybody can now understand fully what the set is all about. We're not about commercialization. We're not about, chinche and drama and whose baby mother is this and baby daddy that. No. This is about our community. This is about connecting real people and telling real stories. And along the way, if we help and have some laughs, that's what we want to do, right? So I hope everybody here, and I see everybody in the chat, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you will also follow Miss Jeannie Sol and keep up with her page, and also follow and like the set and share with your friends and just let them know this is about a community. And we're going to be bringing more great content, and I hope you all like it. And if you have any criticisms, or you just want to, send us a note, you can reach out and send us an email at theset6145@gmail.com. And I'm just going to leave it here.